How to build a high-performing construction team. This is crucial. This is my jam. I don't do a lot of things very well, but I can do this pretty well. And it really is about having some intentionality around how we build teams. By the way, if you're a project manager, and you probably are, or some kind of leader in construction, you have to read all, A-L-L, capitals, all of Patrick Lencioni's books. They are phenomenal. If somebody said, I wish somebody wrote a series of books for a project manager or construction leader that helped me really leverage the wisdom of the team, and I wish I had it on Amazon ready to go. And I actually wish it wasn't one of those boring book series where it was just all data like Jason's. I wish it had fables that made it relatable. Boom, Genie pops out and says, Patrick Lencioni, done. That was Jimmy Jones fast. Like, we are ready to go. Like, that is what Patrick Lencioni did for us. So I'm going to go through a couple of key things here for how to build high-performing teams, and you will love them. I know you will, because I love them. And if you love them, then love me and love this channel, and like and subscribe, please. Love you. Number one, clear mission. This is key. We have to understand exactly what we're doing. By the way, all of this ties into Jocko Willink's Laws of Combat and his book, Extreme Ownership, and the whole nine. I love that guy. Went to a muster. We're going to be doing more training with him, but absolutely love those patterns. But you have to understand the mission. What is it that we're attempting to do? And make sure everybody understands it. Once everybody understands it, then the teaming component becomes available. The next one is we have to identify roles. And one of the things I typically do is say, appoint a leader. And the leader is a coordinator as well. And this is especially important in our Super PM boot camps. We have a bunch of like A-type personalities, like high performers that are typically used to being in charge. And it's just like a lot of talking and not a lot of listening. And like, we've got to get these roles clear. And sometimes some of us have to step back, and sometimes some of us have to step forward. Identify roles, and specifically a leader, coordinator who can gather the information from the rest of the team. 3, establish behavioral standards. Every time I skip this, and I mean every time, it comes back to bite me. In classes with teams, when we're going to do something in a leadership meeting, clear behaviors are crucial, because let me say this, culture is something you can create. Culture is something you install like an operating system. Culture is definable. It's the common beliefs and actions of a social group. So if we don't understand what clear behaviors, clear verbally spoken beliefs are, and what appropriate behaviors are, then we can never shape the culture. We have to make sure that we're on the same page. And in a meeting, it would be like phones away, one at a time, participate, speak. On a leadership team meeting, it may be something completely different, but everybody needs to know the minimum pay-to-play rules of the game. And then we get into Patrick Lencioni's model. Once you actually have a team with a multiplier leader, and a multiplier leader will build the team first, have hard conversations, not have them the hard way, but have the conversations that are hard. Manage, coach, and mentor direct reports, hold great meetings, and scale clarity. Once you have that leader, then the team will start getting to know each other, which creates trust, which means that now they'll be able to speak up with healthy conflict, set goals and standards together. A little bit of the standards and behaviors were set before, but specifically goals together, hold each other accountable, and then perform. The first book I mentioned about the leader is called The Motive. The second book that I just mentioned is called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. And then if you have what the Silos, Politics, and Turf Wars book talks about, a strenuous performance goal, you are off to the races. And I'm just going to mention a couple more. Once you have the multiplier leader, the behaviors, and the strenuous performance goal, it is your job, yours. I'm not looking over you, me, you, all of our job to train. You're like, no, they know their job. No, they don't. They don't want training. Yes, they do. I shouldn't say anything. Yes, you should. Train, 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 train. We build people before we build things. Once you have that team, proper roles, and you're doing the right things, training, 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 training. Our industry does not have a labor shortage problem. Our industry does not have a resource problem. Our industry doesn't have any of these problems. We have a training problem. We don't train humans. We don't build people before we build things. That is our problem. And it's our only problem. Everything comes back to training. And once you have that, you work together, and I'll leave this concept with you, shoulder to shoulder. It's an absolutely beautiful concept, because it means that now everybody is in a team, they know what to do, they have the proper training, and we support them together, not just chuck stuff over the wall. If you want to be a leader, leadership is clarity, training, and support to accomplish what you've been trained on. So that's literally how to make sure that you're building a high-performance team. I'll put this in a blog post for you and link you to the Patrick Lencioni books. I hope you've loved this. On we go.